Hey there, everyone. Let's take a look at Canvas discussions, and specifically, we're going to take a look at our Level 2 discussion demo here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and open that. And what do we see in a Level 2 discussion? Well, we have a stated goal, and then we have some very clear descriptive instructions for students, followed by some options. What's nice about giving options is then the kids feel a sense of buy-in that they chose the thing they went with. All right. And then finally, we have some guidelines here. Not necessarily a rubric per se, but just some guidelines on expectations for the students as they're giving their reply to the prompt that they chose, and then also to the comments that they provide to others. And so one of the things we want to do in any discussion is generate conversation, right? I mean, that's kind of the point of discussing things. And so that same purpose should ring true even when we are in a virtual or online discussion. So let's scroll down here and take a look at some of the options that we've given. Okay, here you see that Mrs. Novak has provided a video in her response to the prompt. And then Dr. Kilgore has provided her response to Mrs. Novak. And you can see that she is portraying a little bit of a student issue here where, the option was given up here on our responses. Please reply to at least 2 other students' posts using your choice of video or audio. Okay, so text was really not an option here, but she's presenting as though she's a student who's saying, Mr. Waltz, I'm sorry, but I don't like showing my face on video. I hope that you will accept my replies via text. Keep this in mind because I'm going to bring it up a little later when we look at SpeedGrader. Now you can see I like to respond in kind most of the time. So Mrs. Novak gave a video response, thus I responded in video. So I'm responding in kind. And then we see Mr. Thayer has also provided a response, and that's great. Okay, now again, we have Dr. Kilgore's reply to prompt 2. Good for her. She's actually providing that little indicator of what she went to. And then we have the responses down below. Now here I've demonstrated, it's still okay. It's not the biggest deal to respond in kind, especially when it's text and then responding with video. Sometimes you just want to give a quick response. And the thing to keep in mind, if we were to go online only, we really would want to do more of these video responses so that we have that very humanizing experience of hearing and seeing one another. That's a cool thing. All right, so you can see that we have discussion going on here. Everything is kind of open-ended and invites continued interaction. That's the key to any kind of a discussion. I want to draw your attention here to these 3 dots at the top. When I tap there, I'm going to look for the option here for SpeedGrader. Okay, now there are some other really cool options here, like adding a rubric and additional things you can do, but I want to focus on SpeedGrader for now. Now, when you're grading a discussion, you need to keep in mind, did you provide the context for how the grade would be determined, right? So in this, we did, and so we're going to jump up here, and we're going to reference this up here. We're going to go up here and find, there's Dr. Kilgore, okay? And we can see here's her reply to the initial prompt. Remember, she replied to prompt 2. But then it's extra cool because SpeedGrader provides not only her response to the original prompt, but also her comments to others. And that's going to come in super helpful when you look at the expectations for a number of comments back and forth to keep that conversation going. So in here we see what I mentioned earlier. Mr. Waltz, I'm sorry, but I don't like showing my face on video. Now, I really wouldn't want to give a redirecting kind of a comment back to her here, because then other students would be able to see it if I were to do that in the original thread itself. But over here in SpeedGrader, I can give an individual response to just her. And that's nice because we're maintaining the one-on-one conversation in a redirecting kind of a manner. Now you can see we had some fun with this. So, hi there, Amanda. Thank you for sharing your discomfort, blah, 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 blah. And then I actually pretend that I checked in with her dad to confirm that audio responses are okay for her. And then ask her to please go back to our discussion, use the audio tool to reply so that she can earn full credit for this assignment. Now, I don't have to go hunting for that. If she gave an audio response, I would be able to scroll down and see that. I do not. And so in this regard, and presuming I did talk to Dad, I might give another follow-up conversation, but ultimately she didn't follow the expectations for the responses in this assignment, and that is reflected in her grade. Okay, now I just type in the grade, hit submit, and we are good to go. Let's go back up and look at another student here. We've got Mrs. Novak. Okay, like I said, here's her initial response. It even date and time stamps it. And then we can see her responses to other students. I can just tap on those and it'll begin playing. Let's try that. I'll load that media.
I am choosing to respond to the first prompt. If school went online tomorrow,
nice is you can
how would
see
you
her
as a
and hear
student
her.
continue learning and developing relationships with your school friends? I think that one of the most important things for me is...
Sorry, I know you really wanted to hear what she had to say. I just had to do it. I couldn't resist. And so let's go back real quick and take a look at the actual discussion itself. So what did we say in here again? 6 points for your reply, 4 points for your comments to others. If you remember, Dr. Kilgore did not get those 4 points because she did not follow the expectations here of please reply to at least 2 other students' posts using your choice of video or audio. Okay, now I'd be glad to give her those points so long as she goes back and takes care of it in that structure. Now, why would I have video or audio and not accept text in this? Remember in the initial training that we've had with online instruction, we want to use the different modalities. So using video and audio and text in various ways, that's a great thing, and it builds in that tech literacy, which is so vital in an online context. So there you have it. How to use SpeedGrader to do a level 2 graded discussion in Canvas. Hope that helps. Don't forget, guys, you can always reach out and schedule time with anyone on the instructional technology team. We are super thrilled to help you with creating content and lesson planning and collaborating to help you and your students meet with great success using Canvas and other tools that are approved for the Ray-Pec School District. Take care, guys. We will see you later.